Hi, my name is Tahir Watson. I am the founder of Black Hole and the creator of Voyage. Voyage is an experience-driven third-person shooter MMORPG that aims to be the most cosmopolitan game ever created. Voyage will take players around the world and pit them against the gods and monsters of mythology and folklore. We wanted to create an adventure that felt magical and fantastic, but is also based in reality in the manner that the player still feels connected to it. Voyage is a primarily instance-based game in which players will work cooperatively to complete missions. Voyage will have a class system in which players are allowed to choose between a healer, a tank, an eliminator, or a controller. The healer will be the primary support of the group, providing health back and shields for all allies. The tank is the first line of defense for the group. They are going to take the brunt of the incoming damage. The controller is the manipulator of the group. They will use their abilities to influence enemies and empower allies. The eliminator is the destructive force of the group. They will use their abilities to do as much damage as possible. Voyage follows a mutualist organism that changes the biological structure of its host and makes them exceedingly more powerful. The existence of this creature effectively corroborates the stories of mythology and folklore that many of us heard growing up. However, these organisms pose a threat so imminent that humanity's only viable course of action was to flee Earth. As the story progresses, players will encounter gods, monsters, and aliens of unknown origin. It is up to you, the player, and your teammates to reclaim the Earth region by region. The idea for Black Hole wasn't something that I initially had. I thought of it when I was making the business plan for Voyage. I was doing market research and I found that only 2% of video game developers are black. And this struck me as kind of odd and shocking, but it made sense, right? I was somebody who played video games all the time, and I recalled talking to one of my friends when I first thought about making a video game probably about 5 years ago. And he said, whenever I make a game, whatever I do, I have to make sure there's black hairstyles because he's tired of playing a black character with a comb over. And while it was comical at the time, it's actually kind of sad to think about. We spend so much time living vicariously through these characters and they don't accurately represent us. So Black Hole's mission is to make games and entertainment that accurately represent more people. The mission of Black Hole is to make games and entertainment that really represent everyone in a fun, unifying, and wholesome way.
Okay, gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tanek127, and welcome back to another video. And before we get to today's video, guys, as usual, let me do my shameless plugins. If you're not, make sure you're following me at the appropriate social media at Tanek127, which includes Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. And also, if you guys are liking today's video, smash that like button. If you're new here to the channel, hit subscribe and ring the bell so that way we all don't get boned with notifications. And man, guys, I have to tell y'all, I am excited, I am ecstatic today, because today is actually a big win for the MMORPG community. And I'm not kidding. I am not kidding at all. The reason I want to say this is because did you guys happen to recognize the voice in that trailer that I played for you just now? Does the voice or the person's name sound a little bit familiar to you? If it does, and I'm especially speaking to my, my OG Skyforge players, the veterans when I started covering the PlayStation 4 version back in 2017, you've probably heard of this guy. Because he is none other than the one, the myth, the legend himself, Tahir Watson, aka The Gravity Project. He used to do a lot of Skyforge content alongside me back when it launched on PlayStation 4 in early access back in early 2017. He was one of the big creators alongside me working on the game, making different guides and stuff like that. And a lot of people used to compare his content and mine all the time. We would talk here and there. We didn't get to talk a ton or anything, and I hadn't heard from him for a while, and I knew he wasn't really making videos anymore. I did know that he was starting to work more in school and stuff like that. He had said that on his channel and stuff, so I wasn't really keeping up with his channel too much until he actually hit me up over the weekend and showed me his game and said, yo, would you mind showcasing this on your channel and stuff like that? And I said, of course. So just so you guys know, because he asked me that, this video is sponsored by Black Hole, his company. But as you guys know, here on Tnek127 Gaming, sponsored content or not, we are honest, and I give you guys my true impressions on everything and looks and thoughts. And especially if y'all know me, you know I'm not crazy about Kickstarters. So this is probably one of the only Kickstarters I'm ever promoting on my channel because I really do believe in this project. And the thing that I want to say is, before we get into this content, I know I'm rambling a lot, so you can skip ahead if you don't want to hear this, but I do think this is important to listen. The special thing about Tahir is he's a player who has played alongside us. And I'm not talking about, someone who played on us with older consoles back in the day. No. This man was just playing Skyforge alongside us 3 years ago on PlayStation 4. He's played with us, seen the MMO struggles of the console community, of the PC community. He knows what we're going through. He knows what it's like to want certain aspects in game. He knows what it's like with hard-headed developers. He has went through all of this alongside us. And to have someone who has the experience that we do now in the seat of being a game developer is an amazing, amazing thing. I personally would want someone with the knowledge that we have to be making a game today. And Tahir is actually presenting us with that opportunity. Now, I'm going to leave a link to their Kickstarter down in the description below for you guys to check out if you're interested in supporting that. They do have some really big supporter packs for their game for the future for people who want to pledge, higher amounts and stuff like that. So I do say, if this is something you think you're going to be interested in, be sure to check it out. And I also got to talk to him about future plans of the game. So guys, and especially my console players, wink wink, make sure y'all stick around. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Voyage and what their plans are. It says, Voyage is a science fiction justification for all mythology and folklore. The game will take players all over the earth and throughout the cosmos to battle gods and monsters of legend and extraterrestrial creatures of unknown origin. Voyage intends to be one of the most cosmopolitan games ever created, immersing its players in realistic renditions of different nations, exposing the Voyagers to the mythos, folklore, and culture of these regions. Now, what Voyage is going to be is a third-person shooter MMORPG, kind of like, a looter shooter kind of thing. So I would say, think games like Warframe, Defiance, and stuff like that. Just, obviously in a more different environment. But if it were up to me, that would be the best thing, I could compare it to. But I'll let you guys know how they describe it right here in the Kickstarter. Voyage is a third-person shooter MMORPG. The game will have a third-person camera, but a first-person over-the-shoulder camera while aiming down sights. Some references for this camera would be popular to games like Fortnite, PUBG, Warframe, The Division. This enables you to have a true MMORPG experience in which you can see the character and their surroundings. So that's always a good thing. It's not going that, that first-person route or anything like Destiny or any other games or anything like that. And this, I think that's, a really, really awesome thing. I do think these games are a lot better when they're done in third person. It also goes to say Voyage will feature the mythology and folklore from major regions of Earth such as Egypt, the Middle East, India, China, Japan, the Philippines, Australia and New Zealand as a group, South, Central and North America as a group, Norway, Icemark, Denmark as a group, Greece, the Mediterranean, Western Europe, grouped, Western, Central, and South America as also grouped, Atlantis, the Devil's Triangle, and the Bermuda Triangle grouped, and it says also and more. Beyond that, player will experience combat in space, alien spacecraft, and go on extraterrestrial planets. That's awesome, and that goes with his name, the Graffiti Project. He's always given me, this sci-fi kind of vibe, and I think that's cool, that he's giving a touch of that into this game. I do like a lot where this game is going. Voyage is a true MMORPG which players will work collaboratively, wielding a wide array of both weapons and special abilities to overcome a myriad of foes and challenges. Players will be tasked with completing quests, facing world bosses. So world bosses right there, that does let you know that there's going to be some open world aspects to this game. However, he did also say in the trailer that this is going to be more of an instance-based kind of thing. World events, completing solo missions, expeditions, 5-man instances, raids, 10-man instances. As soon as he said raids, I was sold right there. He had me. If I could, I would fill up this whole damn Kickstarter right now because of the word raids. You guys know when it comes to MMOs, I love my raids. And there's also a survival mode. Now, survival modes may not be crazy to most MMO players. I know those are more like those zombie kind of things and stuff like that. But when you're doing a looter shooter or, a game that's, a third-person shooter style game in like an MMO with an MMO foundation, it's not bad to have a survival mode because they work well with the content. And, MMO players would definitely find that more enjoyable than, your traditional just shooter style players. So I definitely think, that's a good addition that they're thinking of. And they also go to say and more, which I'm also curious about as well. As players progress, they will have the option of joining a coalition, a guild, so there's going to be a guild system. Joining a coalition will help players solidify a group of people of play and develop their skills. In addition to joining a coalition will also offer players various small perks and amenities. Now, I'm assuming that'll also give players probably like little guild quests. The guild will probably have some type of leveling system and things like that. They also go to talk about customization. It looks like there will be character customization here in the game. It says beyond the gameplay experience, Voyage will offer a very in-depth character customization. Yes, so all you guys who love making your awesome characters or your waifus and stuff like that, that's going to be in here too. This will allow players to fully express themselves through their characters as well as let each character be truly unique. Voyage will allow players to mix and match individual pieces from gear sets to achieve any look desired. With that in mind, style will be a mutually exclusive from gear, meaning that regardless of one's equipped gear, they may wear whatever styles they like. Awesome, so there is going to be a glamour or cosmetic system. That is great to know. We want the characters and styles they wear to truly represent whatever the player is trying to showcase. And that's awesome. And on the Kickstarter, they go to show, give you a little look that you saw in the trailer of the 4 classes and stuff like that. And the next section goes to talk about races and classes. Because Voyage is focused on human empowerment and evolution, there are no other races to choose from. However, as players progress, they will be able to change skin textures and equip different styles to make them look more like a different creature. Okay, that's a cool thing. And he goes to explain the healer, tank, controller, and eliminator role. Now, I'm going to take a guess here before I go into actually reading and talking about what this is about. I'm assuming healer is, your typical support and healing class, like he said in the video. Tank, it will be, obviously, your frontline kind of guy, again, like he said in the video. Controller, I'm thinking that's probably going to be, more of your, like, crazy AoE based class. And Eliminator is going to be more of your single target, like DPS. That's personally what I'm thinking, but let's go to see what they have to say in here. The healer class will use transcendental abilities to heal the group. Healers will be the primary source of health back and will also provide shielding for allies. So true support, awesome. Not only will it shield, but it'll also heal. So it's not going to take, that basic support role of just buffing people, everything. It'll actually give HP back. That's an awesome thing. The tank class will gain the attention of enemies and take their brunt of their incoming attacks, ultimately being the first in line of defense for the group. Tanks will also provide group shielding and be capable of pulling enemies away from the group members and towards themselves. The controller class will use their powers to influence the battlefield and assist their allies. Controllers will buff ally attacks, replenish ally power pools, weaken enemy defenses and attacks, and crowd control adversaries with abilities that slow and stun. Okay, so I was partially right on that, but it does offer a good form of support too. So controller is actually like a secondaries kind of support class. I do like what he's going with there. The Eliminator class will employ its destructive powers, do as much damage to enemies as possible as fast as they can, unleashing the full force of their explosive abilities and utilizing ally support. So yeah, the Eliminator is basically your hardcore DPS. If you want to, be on top of those damage board, doing as much damages as you can. That's what they showcase with that. But the last thing I do want to talk about here in this Kickstarter, and I do really appreciate that they went ahead to do this. Now, a disclaimer before we get into discussing this part, guys, do keep in mind that our good friend the pandemic is still around. So these dates are very, 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 in the estimate range. Some could be sooner, some could be later. Just saying, but he does give an honest timeline for how he expects things to go with developing this game. So early development is going to, start in January 2021. If you guys couldn't tell from the trailer, they've already started developing the game and have concepts up ready for the classes. There's actually working in-game models and stuff, as you see in the video footage here. They plan to release a cinematic short in July 2021. I'm not sure if that short's going to show gameplay. I would assume that it's possible, just because they were actually showing a little bit of in-game concepts and everything here in this trailer that they've shown. There's actually going to be a closed alpha later on this year, September 2021, so probably sometime around the fall, meaning the game will actually be in some type of playable form here later this year, and that's obviously going to be on PC. They're going to have an open alpha in October of 2021. So again, the game will be playable this year. So I think it's safe to assume that development's already started. Cinematic short number 2 will be in December of 2021. Closed alpha number 2 will be in June of 2022. Open alpha number 2, July of 2022. And the game will go into closed beta of January 2023. Now, I don't know if closed beta means just a closed beta like test, or if that's going to be like early access and founders pack kind of things. I'm not exactly sure what kind of system's going to be going on there with the closed beta, but I'll be sure to to get more information from him. And guys, do keep in mind, I'm going to be following this game for a good bit, and that is because I did actually get the chance. And for those who watch this video all the way through, special treat right here, because you're on my channel. And as you guys know, we cover console MMOs here, baby. Ty here told me personally that he 100% intends to port this game to console platforms. It's just they want to get it going on PC first, get testing for the game. And the game is also being designed with controller support for day one. So this will be a very console-like experience, meaning that they'll have little trouble converting controls and everything like that when it comes time to bring this game to consoles. So yes, guys, not only is this a MMO coming out for PC in the future, but this is also a console MMORPG coming as well. And guys, I could not be more excited, because he has a good monetization plan set for this game that we're going to be talking about here in the future in another video. And man, guys, this is something that, you know, I'm really ecstatic about. As you guys know, I've been excited and waiting around for a similar game like this called Rising Fire Online. We haven't got news for, you know, almost a couple more years. It'll be a decade since we have news, and then something like this pops up from someone I know and trust at that. I don't know. I just found it as, you know, just something really awesome, and I honestly wanted to share it with you guys. So special thank you to him and Black Hole for the opportunity to make this video and get an early look at this and stuff like that. And guys, I will keep you all updated as I learn more. But let me know how you guys are feeling about Voyage down in the comments below. But anyway, guys, y'all enjoyed today's video. Smash that thumbs up button for me. And I want to thank you all so much for watching. It's your boy Tnek127. And please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Till next time, peace out. Take care.